competitor. These are things of value that I present to people that it's more times than not, if you are shopping and you talk to me, you're not going to go anywhere else. The problem is we don't market like Clearlight. Clearlight sells the most saunas because they're a damn good marketing company, right? Their product is okay, but they're a damn good marketing company. That's really what it is. So, once we get on the phone and
well, you're going to think your sauna is better than every single, I mean, Clearlight, you call them, they're going to have their story. People have to talk to them. When if they talk to them usually first, then they're going to like, when they call the next,
Clearlight first.
whoever people talk to first is usually the sauna they go with, just being honest.
Well, you could, yeah, and and you have the right to that perception.
No. I have a review site. All right, listen. I have a review site, and when people have already talked, just say they talk to Vital Sauna or Therasauna. Once they have that relationship, they talk to Vital for like an hour or whatever. They built that rapport and that trust. It's like the early bird gets the worm, and that's basically.
I absolutely agree.
But I mean, like I could be selling, a lava rock sauna or something, I mean, I don't know if you heard of that one. They don't make it anymore. But like people wanted that one because it was like $16,000, And then people,
right.
And then I could tell them this is they don't even know the price. I could tell them how good that one is, and they think, well, my friend has this sauna or their doctor has this, whatever.
So you deal more. Well, here's what I'm trying to get at. You deal more.
I mean, there's a dome. There's a jade sauna that you get in by there's a jade sauna, by Vivo. It's called Vivo Sauna. I mean, that thing is $13,000. It's like a clamshell sauna. I mean, but like I said, that's totally different. You ever heard of the Biomat? It's like jade. It's like you just Google it and you'll see it. But anyway, but like I said, I mean, I think I've sold 2 of those in the last 5 years because it's so expensive.
Right. The point that I was getting at is I don't usually get to be the first batter up. And when someone comes to me, they've already talked to Therasauna or they've already talked to Clearlight because, those guys, they market a lot better than we do, right? Their focus is marketing because they're importers. So they have more of an opportunity to do that than we do. So they're marketing.
Where are yours built? Where are your heaters made?
Right, they're made, our heaters, everything is manufactured and put together in China by a manufacturing company that we own, PLH. PLH owns it, Heater Delight. So that's our factory in China. We trade the wood through PLH products out of Canada, right outside of Victoria, Canada. We have a Belgium facility, but our major one is out in China. That's where everything is put together, essentially. Our heaters are in the U.S. They're made by Emerson, but they obviously get shipped over to China to go and get prefabricated inside of our sauna. So we have no problem telling people that because that's the truth.
How come anyone can't just call Emerson and buy their heaters? I mean, they only sell to you?
Well, it's actually Emerson, and they're made with Thacker elements, and they're our Techaloy. They are a patented heater. And again, when I get to the conversation of someone who's already spent an hour with Clearlight, an hour with Therasauna, then I really have to go over what differentiates us. And
you know what? Why should someone buy your sauna? Like, why would someone want to isolate? The full spectrum is like the trend right now. Why would someone want to buy yours over? Why would someone not want to have that third spectrum?
Right, because there is still evidence or proof that it's safe, and that's something that I say, and that's something that, for the most part, after hearing, who we are and kind of giving our credentials, for the most part, that gets them to buy. I mean, unless
y'all were the first person back in the '90s in the industry. Y'all made the first infrared sauna. Maybe you don't want to change because you have so many people buying your, the saunas you have now. And if you make a change, then so.
Well, that's not necessarily the case because I told you we just started manufacturing for a company called LifeSmart, and their heaters they're the full spectrum. I mean, we could easily incorporate it. It isn't a matter of us, just not doing it because we don't want to. We have OEMs like Dr. Mercola.
All right, why should someone buy your sauna?
This sauna is out of cedar, and we use carbon paneling inside of his.
All right, listen. Why should? I don't want to talk too long because I got to go. But why should someone buy your sauna over the others? And like I said, when you give me the reasons, I've heard every company's pitch, and I've studied their pitch to see if it really, makes, like, if it's really valid. So when you're telling me why yours is better, I just want to see what you have to say, because I've studied every single sauna. I've studied yours. But like I said, when I tell people, I confuse people. So that's why I'm asking you.
Right, okay. Let's say EMF is an issue. Our saunas are made with our power supply, which is your highest draw EMF, underneath the bench. Some of the other competing brands, they put the power supply up overhead. That by far runs off like 10, 20 times the EMF that any heater would, and they don't measure those. Most companies do not measure their power supplies in their EMF testing or reading. So that is one reason. Our power supplies are down and away from your body, unlike some other brands that you see the electrical cord running out the top over the middle of the sauna box. That means that the cheaply made sauna, the power supply's on the top, and it's raining EMFs on your head. Like things like that.
Okay, go ahead.
Right.
No, let's talk about your heaters. The heaters, like, the type of heat, the isolate, but basically, I'm sure, I know the wood's good, but we're talking about, what people look for, that heat. Like, how is your heat different?
Right, so we have, it's at 6.34 microns is the measurement in wavelength. How it's different than what exactly? Someone who says
Sauna they claim the 9.4. You claim the. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm listening.
They claim the 9.4 is at 100 degrees, the ideal body. Your body absorbs that. It knows that. And y'all say something different.
Right. And again, we don't spend the resources or the marketing dollars to debunk what other people say. Just like EMF, just like I think Clearlight says zero EMF, which is absolutely ludicrous. We'll tell you what Healthmate does well. At 6.34 microns, we have historically from.
Well, let me just say about the heaters. The heaters on the Clearlight, they're very ultra. They're like the lowest that I found, actually, for the heaters, for the EMF. They're the lowest. I've actually used an EMF meter and measured it.
On Clearlight?
Yeah.
I promise you it's not zero. I promise you.
No, it's not zero. It's like less than. It's less than 2.
If you take that electrical outlet, or you take that cord that you plugged into that outlet, and you put it into another outlet, according to the dirty electricity that's coming through each outlet, your read on EMF milligauss is going to be different, sometimes entirely different.
There's different. I know that some have low ripple, high ripple. But I'm sure you know about the ripple effect. But I'm saying, I've tested their heaters. Okay, their heaters, the low EMF heaters. I know all the electric bike, but it depends on how far it is away from your head. So it depends on where you're sitting, how far it is from your head. So I do understand that.
Right, and there are companies, there's out there that I know, sauna company or two uses that deflect the EMF up to the top of the sauna box. I think you just kind of hit it on the head, though, about Sauna, and you made the statement, what they claim. Now, EMF is very readable, obviously.
No, let's talk about the heaters, because I have EMF meter tests that people see, and they know I show the EMF. People can see that on my videos with my EMF meter, so I've already done all that. That's already there, with all my videos. But I'm talking about, people want to go in there for certain reasons, to go into sauna. One person might use it for this. The athlete might use it for this. Someone else, that just went to a raw food retreat, they're looking for another, type of sauna. So when would someone want the isolated mid and... All right, I got to end this because I only get 10-minute YouTube videos. So